Before we begin, this is a little piece of audio magic from Mossvale, my fictional folklore world, guided by one of its most beloved and chaotic residents, Marmalade the fairy. She's here to take you on a very short adventure through the village of Brambleton, and somewhere in amongst the cobblestones and the lavender tarts, she's going to remind you of something rather important about whimsy and about the way you're allowed to move through the world. You don't need to know Mossvale to follow her. Just press play and let her lead. She's very good at that. But before she arrives, get comfortable, wherever you may be. Let your shoulders drop and let your jaw unclench. And let your imagination do what it was always meant to do. Wonder. As you listen, I want you to really let yourself picture it. The cobblestones under your feet, the crooked rooftops, the warmth spilling out of the bakery doors, the colours, the sounds, the feeling of a place that is just slightly more alive than anywhere you've ever been before. Now follow the smell of butter and wildflowers, and that's how you find Brambleton. Whether you're here from the podcast episode on whimsy, or you've just simply stumbled in, welcome. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Oh, there you are. I've been looking for you. Well, not specifically you. I was actually looking for the post office because I need to send a very urgent letter to my cousin, Beatrice, who owes me 4 acorn cakes and has owed me 4 acorn cakes since the autumn equinox, and I am not letting that go. But now that you're here, you may as well come along with me. I'm Marmalade, by the way. I live in the Storywood, in a hollow that is much more organised than people might suggest. Come on then, mind the cobbles. They're a bit uneven just here, but because that's old Mossy Book dropped an entire shelf of encyclopaedias in 1987, and nobody's ever quite fixed it properly. Welcome to Brambleton. Now, first things first, do you smell that? That's Indigo's bakery, the Pixie Patisserie. And before you say anything, yes, of course we're going to go in. And no, it is not a detour. It is an essential stop. And if you think getting a lavender and honey tart at 10:30 in the morning is somehow not a legitimate errand, then I'm afraid you and I have very different ideas about how a day should go down. Oh, look at this street. Go on, really look at it. Can you see the way the light comes down between the rooftops? That lovely slant of it. Gold and a little bit sleepy. You know, like it hasn't quite decided it wants to be a full morning yet. Oh, Willa Ravenbloom has her flower buckets out already. Oh, look at those lovely foxgloves. And those extraordinary dark dahlias she grows that no one else could seem to manage to do. Ah, and Barnaby. He's sitting on the handle of her watering can, looking very pleased with himself as usual. He's a bee. He lives with Willa. He is honestly one of the most self-satisfied bees I've ever met, and I find it completely charming. Can I tell you something? This is what I don't understand about people from the outside world. You know, your world. I've heard about it. Kaylee tells me things sometimes, and honestly, some of it really is quite alarming. You have a whole world full of things like this. Slanted morning light, bees sitting on watering cans, and the lovely sound a bakery door makes when it opens. And apparently, a lot of you just sort of walk past it all. You know, off on your way to something else, something more important, something that needs doing. And I genuinely do not understand that. Because look. Rowan Thorndown over there is arranging the seed packets in his window display, and he's put them in colour order. I mean, it's completely unnecessary, but it's absolutely perfect. And it's probably took him about 40 minutes. But every single person who walks past it is going to get a small, quiet jolt of something good in their chest without really even knowing what it is. You know, the feeling you get when you walk past a beautiful window display that someone's put their heart and soul into. That's magic. That's actual magic. You know, it's not the wand and explosion kind. It's the other kind. The kind that's everywhere, all the time, absolutely free. It just needs to be noticed. Right, we're going in. Hello, Indigo. 2 lavender tarts, please. No, actually, make it 3. I've had a very demanding morning. Yes, letter writing counts as demanding, Indigo. There was a considerable amount of emotion involved. Here, take one. It's still warm. Eat it slowly. Actually taste it all. That feeling you're feeling right now. That small, embarrassingly disproportionate happiness about a fantastic pastry on a sunny morning. That is not a small thing. And I really do need you to know that. The world will tell you it's a small thing, that you should eat it in a rush and not really think about it. But the world is wrong. Because that beautiful feeling there, that's your nervous system remembering that it's allowed to be safe. That's your brain doing the happy chemicals, you know, if you want to get all philosophical about it, which I often do. But really, that's just you being alive on purpose. We don't have a word for it in Moss Vale, you know. Whimsy. We don't need one. Because here, nobody ever decided that noticing things was childish. Nobody ever told Violet she was being silly for collecting interesting pebbles, or told Colin his interest in village gossip was unproductive. Actually, Colin is a terrible example. He is unproductive, but the point stands. Nobody here decided that wonder was something you were supposed to grow out of. It just didn't occur to us. The Caliac has been finding the first frost of every year astonishing for longer than any of us have been alive. Old Oakley has been delighted by acorns. Acorns, the things that fall off him constantly for about 900 years at least. Edith still goes and stands in the moor at dusk and just looks at it. Every single time. Like it's the first time she's ever seen a sky go that colour. None of them are embarrassed about it, none of them apologise for it, and none of them are performing it for anyone. They've just never stopped marvelling. Now I want you to try something before you go back. Just today, just this one little day. Walk a little slower than you actually need to. Find one thing, just a tiny, useless, impractical, but brilliant thing that just catches you. That makes something in you go, ooh. It doesn't have to be a lavender tart, though I strongly recommend those, but it could be anything. A colour, a sound, feeling, something in a window, a beautiful flower, a leaf, a wonderful mug. And when you find it, don't photograph it or explain it or justify it to anyone, including yourself. Just let the thing be what the thing is. And let yourself be that person who noticed it and smiled and felt the feelings. That's all. That's the whole practice. That's the thing that changes everything slowly, without you even really feeling it happen. Until one day you realise that your life has more texture in it than it used to, and you're not entirely sure when that happened. Because I'll tell you something, it happened in the noticing. It always happens in the noticing.